fly over the whole count circle and you'll see that 8 different people saw it. And they'll all figure out that it was the same bald eagle that flew across, yeah. So, you know, and that can be dealt with, but I think exactly as you said, we use these kinds of data to look for big, broad patterns. And so if one year there are hundreds of robins around and the next year there are none, those are the kinds of patterns, you know, or if they're all in Iowa one year and Virginia the next year, those are the kinds of patterns these data are really good at. You know, if you're really trying to figure out are there 18 robins or 24 robins, you know, you're going to have a problem.
I have another question that brings us back to the oil spill and the last and the effects of the oil spill. I think that well, it's because I've seen articles and on the internet and information about you know, a lot of people want to, but there are a lot of parties that might benefit from releasing information that some kinds of information that will lead people to certain conclusions, and so even though you know it might not be the best or the most accurate information, I want to know is how do we know whether the people who say the things that you know the effects of the oil are diminished and that it's been dispersed and that it's been neutralized. The effects are neutralized, and
so how do you know who to believe
or not true, or whether the microbes will have eaten or yes, I don't know, do microbes eat or something?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, they digest it. Well, I mean, what you're bringing up is, you know, of course, is a problem in any field, really. You know, with so much information out there, and you can spend all your time reading blogs and reading, you know, various sites, and you can get all kinds of information on everything. In the end, you know, this stuff has to be judged by who's making these claims and what is the science behind it, you know, and that's, again, one of the reasons why we have to be very careful at Cornell to stick with our objective science, because if we say something, you know, that the oil had this impact on these populations, we do want people to believe us. And so part of that comes from our reputation, whereas if, I'll just pick on them, if the National Audubon Society said something, and they are a very reputable organization, but they also are an advocacy organization, some people might think twice about believing, you know, what they say. That might not be the best example because we like the Audubon Society, but you get my point. So there are groups. So for example, when BP releases all their information, a lot of people are going to look at that skeptically, no matter how good the scientists there are that they've employed. And that's just part of the game, you know. So all of us who have access to all this information have to learn how to evaluate it, you know, and sift through it and determine who's saying what, because a lot of it is going to sound really good and sound really definitive, and it might be totally wrong. I don't have a good answer for how you can determine that, especially if it's an area that you're not an expert in. You just have to try to evaluate who's saying what, basically, and whether it's supported.